At the War Memorial in Syracuse, Dan Duva with Anders Lindback. Anders, welcome to Syracuse. How are you?
Thanks a lot. I'm all good. I'm excited to get some playtime here.
Yeah, for sure. In the Crunch with home games Friday and Saturday, then on the road to Adirondack on Sunday. And Anders here with the Crunch on a conditioning assignment. What do you hope to accomplish in your time here in the American League?
Personally, I'm looking forward just to get back playing again. I mean, I've been hurt and been out for a while. But I'm also seeing this great opportunity to come here and hopefully get some points and maybe help out the team here a little bit. Because I know a bunch of the guys, so it's a great group of guys, and I'm just looking forward to play.
You mentioned you know several of the guys on the Crunch because so many have been in Tampa Bay in the last year or so, and you joined the Lightning last year. You had the start of this year, though the numbers don't perhaps tell the story. You've played really, really well. Can you take us through the last year or so with the Lightning organization, how it's developed for you?
For me personally, it's been a little up and down. I think even last year got spoiled a little with I was injured there for a long time too. So with the shortened season, it was a bad break for me. And this year too, I feel like it's been a little up and down. But it's how it always goes. And so I'm just trying to get in there and work on my game and try to get better every day. And as I said, I think this is a great opportunity for me to get back in game shape and develop in all aspects.
And it was just about a month ago where you got a little banged up. The Olympic break seemed to come at just the right time for you, right?
Yeah, it was actually good timing, if you can say it after. You never want to get injured, but it was good timing because I didn't miss that many games, and I'll be back here and playing in a shorter time than missing less games that I did last year, so that's good.
And for you to be able to take that step back into an NHL game, do you think it'll benefit you to have some experience here where the pressure isn't quite as much?
Yeah, you got to realize it's a really good league, the AHL as well. It's a lot of guys, as you say, played in the NHL and going to play in the NHL, so you got to be humble for this situation too and realize that it's not an easy league to go in and play at. So. But for me, it's more just to get play time and to get back going. And obviously, Bishop playing unbelievable up there. It's hard for me to get in there, and this is a great opportunity for me to get 2 games in a short amount of time.
Right. Well, you're only 25 years old and picked by Nashville a few years back, and you played. That's where you broke in with the Predators. You've been with the organization for a couple of years. And you look at the other goalies in the depth chart, you got, Bishop was acquired in a trade last year, Desjardins reacquired, Golevsky's just drafted earlier this year. The goaltending situation for the Lightning right now, it's changed so much in just the last couple of years. How do you see yourself fitting in, and what do you make of the Lightning depth in goaltending?
Yeah, as you say, I think they've changed it as they've been doing with the whole organization. It seems like coming up new players all the time, and they're really doing a good job drafting the right prospects. Which is a huge part of it. And they have a good thing down here in Syracuse where they develop players really well. And in goalie situation, it's pretty much the same. They're looking to have a wider. Because it always happens. You get hurt and stuff happens, and to have that depth is huge, and that's something they're building on here. And we see 2 really young guys, Golevsky and Vasilevsky in Russia, even coming up, who's really good goaltending. So it's I think Tampa Bay has a bright future on that side of it.
Sure, and you talk about developing the talent. You'll be the 5th goalie to play for the Crunch this year, the 7th goalie on the Crunch roster. Meanwhile, several guys have been up to Tampa Bay. Last year, when that wave of players started to come from Syracuse and ultimately John Cooper taking over as head coach, what was the feeling in Tampa Bay to see all the guys progress to that level and continue this year?
Oh, it's great, and especially with so many coming up, and they're all adjusting so fast, I find, and a couple of guys who've really taken the step into being good every game and every night, and that's the biggest thing. Like coming up and playing a couple of games, it's always easier than maintain that high level at a long period of time. And we have a couple of guys that's been really good and for us, and now is regularly one of our best players all the time. So it's great, and I mean it's encouraged guys down here to look up and say they play here a year ago or maybe just weeks ago, and it goes fast. You just have to, I mean, keep working.
And one of those guys is a veteran in JP Cote, who's over 30 years old, and he gets his crack. And JP and several other guys, Brett Connolly, when you arrived in Syracuse last night, get to reconnect with some of the players. Who are some here that you have good friendships with?
I mean, as you mentioned, JP Cote. I mean, we become good friends, and I mean, they're all good guys. Panic and Suster and all these guys have been up a bit, and then you got Labrie and Neeler, who is some characters too. So it's it's a really good guys. So it's an easy group to just fit in right away, and so makes it even more kind of like I want to go out there and be good for them and help them get some points this weekend.
And of course, Syracuse winning its last two against the Hershey Bears, and they'll take on the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins Friday night. You're expected to play a couple of games this weekend and perhaps Friday. Syracuse at home at 7 o'clock on Friday night. And playing here, practice a little bit at the War Memorial. We had over a sellout crowd last time the Crunch were home. What is your sense of the American League, and specifically here in Syracuse, which has a lot of hockey history?
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's older rink, but it has its charm too, and it. I mean, as you say, if you're selling out the barn here and it's a good atmosphere, it's amazing, and I'm looking forward to play again for sure.
When you take the ice to the War Memorial, you'll put on a Crunch uniform for the first time. You've only had a handful of American Hockey League games in your young career, but for folks that are seeing you for the first time, what do you want them to see? What do you hope that a fan gets an impression of Anders Lindback?
I mean, hopefully just a big, tall guy who stops a lot of pucks.
Nice and simple, right?
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, welcome to Syracuse. Thanks for your time, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot.
With Anders Lindback, I'm Dan Duva.